Let's get right into it. Number 9. Posting something stupid on social media. Imagine waking up one morning and your phone is blowing up with notifications. Your heart drops as you realize that dumb post you made last night has gone viral, and not in a good way. Social media is like a tattoo artist with a perfect memory and anger issues. That post you made will stick around forever, and it might just decide to ruin your life when you least expect it. Even if you delete your post faster than you can say, "I was hacked," someone's already taken a screenshot. These screenshots spread faster than gossip in a small town. Remember that girl who posted a joke about Africa and AIDS before getting on a plane? By the time she landed, she was the most hated person on Twitter and had lost her job. 11 hours. That's all it took for her life to completely fall apart. Companies these days don't just look at your resume. They dig through your social media like they're searching for buried treasure. About 70% of employers now routinely check social media before hiring. One guy posted a joke about his company before his first day of work. He got fired before he even started. The company saw his post and decided, thanks but no thanks. And it doesn't just affect you. Your family, friends, and co-workers can all get dragged into the mess. Imagine trying to explain to your kid why they can't get into their dream college because of something you posted 15 years ago. Number 8. Ignoring that weird pain. You wake up one morning and feel this strange twinge in your chest. You think, yeah, probably just slept wrong, and go about your day. Big mistake. Your body's pain signals are like your car's check engine light. Ignore it long enough, and suddenly you're stranded on the highway with smoke coming out of places smoke definitely shouldn't come from. Take this guy who ignored his back pain for months. He thought he was being tough, pushing through it like a champ. Now his spine is so messed up he can't even tie his own shoes. His body started compensating for the pain by walking weird. Now his hips, knees, and ankles are all messed up too. It's like his body played a twisted game of dominoes, and he lost. That chest pain you ignored could be your heart literally screaming for help. By the time some people finally drag themselves to the doctor, what could have been fixed with a simple pill now needs major surgery. Doctors say about 70% of serious health problems could have been caught early, but people wait until things get so bad, they're basically forcing doctors to play medical Jenga with their lives. Your body can only scream for help for so long before it gives up. Then that pain you've been ignoring just stops, not because it's better, but because those nerve endings have literally given up trying to warn you. It's like your body's final, well, I tried to tell you before things go really south. Number 7. Lying on your resume. You're sitting there, staring at your resume, thinking maybe if I just stretch the truth a little. Well, let me tell you about Dave. Dave thought he was clever when he added fluent in Spanish to his resume. The only Spanish he knew was from Taco Bell's menu. His first day at work, his boss introduces him to some important clients from Mexico. Suddenly, Dave's sweating more than a snowman in summer. He tries to save face by saying, "Yo quiero Taco Bell," and pointing at random things. Dave didn't make it past lunch break. These days, lying on your resume isn't just embarrassing, it's career suicide. Companies use AI and sophisticated background checks that can spot lies faster than your mom spots a dirty room. And once you're caught, it's not just about losing your current job. You become radioactive in your industry. Your name gets passed around HR departments like a warning label. Even if you get away with it for a while, it's like having a time bomb in your career. Imagine finally landing your dream job, buying a house, settling down. Then someone discovers you never actually got that degree you claimed. Suddenly you're not just losing a job. You're also facing fraud charges and trying to explain to your kids why daddy's LinkedIn profile is more fiction than Harry Potter. And in some fields, like healthcare or finance, lying on your resume isn't just embarrassing, it's criminal. You could end up trading your office chair for a prison cell. Number 6. Not reading the fine print. Imagine signing a contract thinking you're getting a sweet deal on a house. You're excited, you're in a rush, and you just want to get it done. So you skim through 50 pages of boring legal stuff and sign at the bottom. Big mistake. There was this guy who needed quick cash for his business. He saw an ad for fast business funding and signed right away. What he didn't notice in the fine print was that the interest rate would jump to 400% after 3 months. His $50,000 loan turned into a $200,000 nightmare faster than you can say, "I should have read that contract." Some contracts have what's called cross-collateral clauses hidden in the fine print. This means if you miss a payment on your new car, they can take your house too, even if your house is paid off. And courts don't care if you say, "But I didn't know." Their response is basically, "Too bad, you signed it." Some companies actually count on you not reading it. They make the print so tiny and boring that your eyes glaze over. It's basically a trap designed by lawyers who probably laugh about it at their country club. One company once put a clause in their terms requiring 1,000 hours of community service, just to prove nobody reads them. 22,000 people signed it before someone actually noticed. One wrong signature and suddenly you're trapped in a financial nightmare that follows you for life. And the worst part is you did it to yourself, all because you couldn't spare 10 minutes to read the boring part. Number 5. Using the same password everywhere. Imagine using the same key for your house, your car, your office, and your safe. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's exactly what you're doing when you use the same password everywhere. Last year, some guy named Mike used the same password for everything. His Netflix, his email, his bank account. Then this sketchy website he bought a $5 t-shirt from got hacked. Within 24 hours, his bank account was drained. His Netflix was showing weird Russian shows, and someone was sending spam from his email to everyone he knew. The hackers didn't need to be geniuses. They just tried his password from the t-shirt website everywhere else. It's like giving a thief a master key to your whole life. There are over 16 billion stolen passwords floating around on the dark web right now. That's more than twice the number of people on Earth. Your password is probably sitting in one of those databases right now, and once they're in your email, it's game over. They can just hit that forgot password button on every account you own. Your entire digital life gets stolen faster than you can say, I should have used a password manager. Cleaning up identity theft takes months of your life, hours on the phone with banks, explaining to your boss why someone in Nigeria is using your social security number, and all because you used the same password on some random t-shirt website. Number 4. Ignoring jury duty. So you get this official-looking letter in the mail. You're thinking, ugh, jury duty. I'll just pretend I never got this. Well, that's how people end up with their lives completely derailed. Here's a story about a guy we'll call Mike. Mike thought he was clever, tossing his jury summons in the trash like it was a pizza flyer. A few weeks later, he's getting pulled over for a broken taillight. Next thing he knows, he's in handcuffs because there's a warrant out for his arrest. Turns out ignoring jury duty isn't like ignoring your ex's texts. It has actual consequences. Mike spent 3 nights in jail. Now Mike has a criminal record, which is like having a face tattoo on your background check. Every time he applies for a job, that little checkbox about criminal history is there to remind him about that jury summons he thought wasn't important. And those fines make your Netflix subscription look like pocket change. Some courts will hit you with hundreds or even thousands in fines. You can actually avoid all this drama pretty easily. If you have a legitimate reason you can't make it, most courts will work with you. They just want you to actually communicate with them instead of ghosting them like a bad Tinder date. Number 3. Forgetting to file that one tax form. You're sitting at home, enjoying your morning coffee, when suddenly you get a letter from the IRS. Your heart drops faster than a skydiver without a parachute. Turns out you forgot to file one tiny form, a 1099. Take Sarah, a graphic designer who made that exact mistake. She forgot to report a $5,000 job because the client never sent her the 1099. But the client did send that form to the IRS. So now the IRS's computers are like, hold up, something's not adding up here. First came the penalties, thousands of dollars on top of the taxes she already owed. Then came the audit. Because once the IRS smells blood in the water, they're like sharks. They started digging through everything. Every receipt, every bank statement, every time she bought a coffee. Sarah ended up having to hire a tax professional just to sort through the mess. The final bill was over $15,000, all because of one forgotten form. This mistake follows you around like that embarrassing photo from high school. It shows up on your credit report, making it harder to get loans, rent apartments, or even get certain jobs. The IRS has a memory like an elephant. They never forget. And if they think you did it on purpose, there are people serving time in federal prison for tax fraud. The IRS doesn't care if it was an honest mistake. To them, you're guilty until proven innocent. Number 2. Not updating your will after life changes. Imagine spending decades building your life, saving money, and planning for your family's future. Then one piece of paper ruins everything. Consider the story of Mike from Oregon. Mike got divorced, found a new love, had more kids, and life was good. But he forgot one tiny detail: updating his will. When he unexpectedly passed away, his ex-wife got everything. His new family got nothing. His kids from his second marriage didn't see a penny. That vintage car collection he spent years building went to the ex. Even worse, if you're not completely dead but in a coma, guess who gets to decide whether to pull the plug? Your ex. Because you forgot to update your medical power of attorney too. The person who hated his guts got to decide when to pull the plug. Even if you live in a state where divorce automatically cancels out your ex from your will, it doesn't affect things like life insurance or retirement accounts. Those go by what's written on the forms, not what's in your will. So your ex could end up with your life insurance money while your current family struggles to pay the mortgage. Courts don't care about what you meant to do or what you would have wanted. They only care about what's on that piece of paper. So your entire legacy could end up in the hands of someone you now despise, all because you thought you'd update it later. Number 1. Not getting things in writing. Imagine shaking hands on a deal that could change your life. A new job with amazing benefits, a sweet apartment with cheap rent, or a business partnership that seems perfect. Everything feels great until it doesn't. Suddenly, that promised raise vanishes into thin air. Your landlord claims the rent was always supposed to be higher. Your business partner says they never agreed to split profits 50-50. And you're sitting there thinking, but we had a deal. Well, without it in writing, you might as well be arguing about what a cloud looks like. A verbal agreement is about as reliable as a chocolate teapot. Sarah moved into her dream apartment after her landlord verbally agreed to a 2-year lease at a fixed rate. 6 months in, the rent doubled. When Sarah brought up their agreement, the landlord just shrugged and said, "Prove it." She couldn't. Courts actually recognize verbal agreements as legally binding, but good luck proving what was said in a conversation from 6 months ago. It's basically your word against theirs. And in the real world, your word doesn't pay the bills. Some people deliberately make verbal agreements because they're planning to screw you over later. They know exactly what they're doing. They're counting on you being too trusting or too embarrassed to demand paperwork. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.